Sitting in a classroom in El Paso, Texas, a young Deb Niemeier looks out the window at a low-hanging cloud on the other side of the river in Mexico. Guessing it must be coming from the brick factory in her town, she asks herself, why is the cloud there, but not here? Finding the answer will take a strong education in civil engineering and one of the largest scientific studies of emissions in history. Our communities are shaped by civil engineers, designers of the built environment, infrastructure like dams, bridges, roadway networks, parks.
I have 3 degrees in civil engineering, but I am not a typical civil engineer.
She's also a photographer, hiker, world traveler, educator, and mother to several humans, multiple cats, and a golden retriever sidekick named Pilot.
I also had a grandfather. He was a major general in the Air Force, and he was pretty clear that no matter what we thought our life was, we were privileged and we owed back.
Niemeier's chance would come in the mid-1990s. She'd taken a position at the University of California, Davis, just as concerns about rising vehicle emissions opened up research opportunities in the state. Recalling the cloud of smog she'd once seen drifting from El Paso across the river, she wondered, is there something in our infrastructure causing it?
Niemeier launched one of the most ambitious studies of emissions and city planning ever conducted, collecting mountains of health data from all kinds of urban communities in the US. Recruiting participants from across the economic spectrum, she fit tailpipes with measuring equipment, tracking emissions and driving habits with meticulous attention to detail.
Accounting for all the mounting variables, Niemeier's 15-year-long study of emissions and health painted a picture of cities divided along economic lines. Poor air quality and consequential health crises were rampant in low-income areas. The problem was multifaceted, from limited access to cleaner vehicles, to locations often in lower-lying areas, to city planning practices that put green spaces in higher-earning areas and highways through lower-earning ones. In congested low-income neighborhoods, like the area of Juarez across the border from El Paso, emissions become trapped.
As the smog thickens, health problems arise, and city infrastructure makes the challenges difficult to address within these communities.
They can be really far from health clinics, and that distance makes you think twice about driving to get health care sooner.
For those working multiple low-paying jobs a day, a 2-hour bus trip to the doctor's office simply isn't feasible.
And what we found is, in every case, communities who had less access suffered more. And those structures, those elements we used in our infrastructure were all things that have been in place for a very long time.
Niemeier's study sparked a movement of change. It directly influenced regulations in California intended to clean up the air and lift the smog over its cities. Today, her work shapes federal policy on emissions.
That is my science motto, that do good has both a recipient and a giver. And that we're really good at the giver part, we're pretty bad at the recipient part. To evolve, you have to be able to understand both, what you can give to a community in engineering and what the community wants from us as engineers. Math and science isn't enough. It's not enough to be a good mathematician and a good scientist. You need to understand how the world works.